Hey guys, so this is Conquest on Karg Island. A lot of Conquest games in a row here, and I don't think the trend will discontinue soon, but I think I have a couple more Conquest games in line, and then there's some Rush, but mainly it was Conquest and Conquest Assault, and then some Rush mixed in there too. So I have a few different types of gameplays. I don't think there's a deathmatch. There may be a couple. I'll have to check in later in the footage. This is part of my little series of Battlefield 3 that I've been putting out for you guys. Hopefully they're either entertaining, informative, how to play, or I don't know. If you have any questions about strategies and things, you can always ask. For the most part, I play the objective as you see me using my teammates as target practice. This is actually a pretty good demonstration on how not to use a helicopter because we're getting targeted right now. I try to get all into the game and ready to focus, and things don't really pan out that well. In fact, it really ended that quick. I don't know if that was an accidental, but he clearly ran into us, and so the jet fucked us. Like they do so well. I hate jets, especially if they ram you. But it may have been an accident. I don't know. It could have happened. Right now, I don't know why. I saw this in the replay, but as I jumped down, Tech was trying to give me a horn to let me know he was going to give me a ride. And then I decided to shrug him off and go left. And then I start yelling in the microphone for him to pick me up. And he said, no, I already asked you. Or Chops was telling you, no, he was trying to warn us or let me know he wanted to pick me up. But he was nice enough to come back and pick me up. So if you hadn't noticed, I'm playing with Tech now too. Tech joined our game. And for the rest of these, it should be me, Tech, and Chops. But then we also get another friend of Tech's called Slap Attack or something like that. Slappy. I'll just call him Slappy. He joins in later and we do pretty well. I won't tell you the result of this one, but there is a player on the other team that goes 21-1. If you know anything how Battlefield works, so that sometimes kills don't necessarily mean you're helping the team, because this game, I must say, was a lot easier than many other games we played. And without spoiling anything more than I already have, I tend to think, you know, it's good to get kills, but it's definitely not everything, and I think there's a lot of gameplays that happen all the time for people that tend to prove this theory. And I think that's pretty much the difference between Call of Duty and Battlefield, is that a lot of the game types aren't really determined or decided by your kills. There are other variables that will help you win, and in this situation it looks like my C4 attaches to it. I could not quite tell, but it didn't, and I did not get to finish that takeoff that I was having a little stare down with. I'm glad he got hurt and he bailed out of there. But so there's someone in B. My main thing to do is I go into this thinking that there might be someone on top, and I always check, and then I just try to stay close to the wall, and I ended up finding that guy running around looking for me. And then I think that guy just spawned up there because I didn't see him before. He just ran up there. And I would ask you to rewind that and look at that, and I know my aim was pretty bad there, but I felt like I hit him enough times, and that's why I started panicking. I was like, well, how much did I hit him? He's got to be close. I had some panic shots there. But back to what I was kind of saying is Battlefield 3, which is kind of fun about it, is even if you feel good when you're dominating kills, but it also is kind of frustrating if you have someone that's kill whoring and you're losing still, and you're thinking, well, you know, like, it's not really making that much of a difference. You're killing guys, but for some reason we can't get objectives because maybe there's like one guy that's like hogging a tank and destroying you before you can cap anything, and it's like, couldn't you just focus your awesome killing expertise into getting that big ass tank that's fucking us up? And I think that kind of impacts the team aspect of the game too. Not a lot of people can kill whore, I think, effectively in this game because you just naturally need to get win, or if people naturally want to go for the win, and sometimes kill whoring doesn't really equate to a win. It can help in some game types. I mean, Rush your deaths are very important, but there's ways like you can still get a ton of kills and people reviving people. There's so many variables to it. So I don't know if anyone's excited for Battlefield 4. I don't think I am. I'm actually content playing Battlefield 3 on the weekends and just kind of enjoying my time with it. And I'm not really excited for the new consoles. I'm not really excited for BF4. I am excited for the Wii U. I'm going to go ahead and get the Wii U when more games come out. Mainly because I like Zelda games a lot. Zelda games, Mario games are okay. Some Mario games. And then I like Kirby. I like all the main things. I love Metroid Prime series, where they turned it into a first-person shooter, rather than like the 2D side scrolling. That was pretty cool. And right here was my epic fail of trying to steer a I was trying to get revenge on a helicopter, or I was trying to be the guy earlier who ran his plane into a helicopter. That was basically me, but I wanted to live, so I tried to bail. I'm not sure why that guy left, but I think he was going to try to take out the tank that was on here. And I just took the chance to get into the vehicle and get some faster movement. I mean, you see we have a 3 cap, almost a 4 cap right now. It's going pretty smooth. I don't know what else to say. The other team's just doesn't have enough help. I mean, that guy's got the right idea. He's in a vehicle. He's trying to hold C the best he can, taking out vehicles in front of him. But there's a guy that's 8-0. Oh, it's the guy in the tank. Okay, so that's interesting. I feel almost really bad for this guy. This guy goes 21-1. He's in a tank and he's trying his best for the team. And I think he must have just had a really bad team. I had not noticed that till this point, which really sucks. That can be pretty frustrating when you do that much work for a team and you still don't get the win. I wonder if he gets MVP. He better get MVP. This guy almost got the back of me and got a knife on me, but fortunately Chops told me he got around behind me and was following me, so I flipped back around and got him. So that's the value of teamwork there. Chops can save me even when I screw up and think I got the guy from the back and he's actually got me. We're all pretty good about communicating. You'll see our audio ticks just keep going off because we're pretty good at telling each other what to do, and we listen pretty effectively as well. Spawning together, we do that really well. We spread up when we need to. So overall, I'd say this gameplay had some pretty good teamwork. I don't know why I dropped rounds. Oh, maybe they asked me. I don't know. But I tend to do that whenever I try to get points. If they're following me and I'm in the lead, I'll just toss it down just to get some quick points, because I am a points whore. In terms of what you would do in a gameplay where you're winning this much, I guess you can start going towards their spawn, but a lot of times if you leave stragglers behind, like we have some guys like hiding off on the side in distance like this, they will cap everything, and that's not what you want to happen. Sometimes you can rely on your team to be taking care of that all, but most of the time I think it's better to just kind of stay around the inside objectives, B and C, generally, which is what it'll be. And then if you stay around those, you're able to kind of quickly run to the other ones or get a vehicle. Those Humvees are actually really valuable in this map, getting from A to D. Those two objectives are pretty far. A is abnormally far. It feels a lot further than any of the other ones. D actually feels closer. Oh man, wow, good thing I had extended mags. That's like we always laugh because sometimes it's like one clip in one kill. That's all I was able to do. Repeating my strategy from before, putting C4 on the road. But I think one of these tanks was actually smarter than I thought they were. I gave him not enough credit. I knew there's a guy up there, but Chops was going to go clear him out. And I was just kind of waiting for the tank to come down the road. And I saw this one. I think that was the dumb one. I'm going to call that the dumb tank. And the dumb tank is going to go off to the side on the other side of the road. But this one quickly stopped and saw the C4 and blew it up off the road. He was pretty smart. So I gave him a little credit. Didn't want to mess with him. I was going to actually go help. I think Chops died up there. Someone died. Yep. Chops went down. And I don't know. I think there's a guy. Is there a guy left? I can't remember. It must have been the tank that got tech. So I'm going to go try to C4 it, I think. But it's going to keep flying away from me. The hardest part about tanks is knowing if they have a gunner. And when they have a gunner, you just... Oh, it's so scary when they're out there. So I think I'm going to suicide this intentionally. Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't even... When there's two guys in there and they got a tank, you're fine. It's 2-1. Just take the suicide and you'll be fine. I'm actually doing good right now on my KD, but that changes pretty quickly here. I mean, we still have quite a bit of control here. Everyone's gone on to A. There's no problems at our other objectives. We lead in our ticks greatly. There's a huge advantage. And right now we're even dicking around. You see us just kind of shooting each other and dancing. It's one of those moments in the game where you just realize you have the other team pretty good. Even though the other guy's playing really well, at least for himself. I don't know if we saw him that much. Wow, what happened there? Oh, I know what happened. You can see Chops was talking in there. Chops was apologizing for running us into the gas tanks. They're gonna spawn on A because we're losing that, and I'm gonna go switch to somewhere close to D. I think I go to the deployment and I just decide to pick up a vehicle and ride the D. I think that's what I choose. Okay, that is what I choose. It's generally the best way to do it, in my opinion. Just give it a little time. Let them even capture it sometimes, because then by the time you get there, they're out of there, and you'll capture it by the time they get to C, and you still can kind of keep a 4 cap on them. A lot of times your other teammates will start weakening if it's a group. They'll weaken the forces, they'll chip them down a little bit, and you can finish up. Because Conquest is all about holding the objectives. I can't remember if I found anyone over here. I think I have a tank covering me, so that's always more advantageous than just me alone. But there is a guy in here. Tank's kind of backed away. I think it blew up, and that's not good at all. In fact, I don't think I even remember losing the tank. I think I still thought the tank was with me. But the guy backed out. There was a guy in there.
We have neutralized the objective.
And Chops and Tech, I think they handled A, and they're moving on to another objective right now. It's hard because I keep looking at when we communicate, and I can sometimes remember the conversations we're having. I'm kind of drawing a blank right here, though. And I knew there was a guy still left. He keeps running in and out, and I know he's looking for me. And I'm just worried that I'm going to get caught on my left side, so I keep like looking around. And then, unfortunately, he runs in and has the jump on me, but he couldn't finish it. I'd feel really bad because I was sitting in the corner. He should have been able just to run up and blast me, but sometimes you get lucky. Sometimes you get very lucky. And you look at the ticks on this. This is pretty much a slaughter. And even with this map, what's weird... Oh, fuck. That's probably the guy that I just killed, too. That sucks. You look at that guy. He's 16-1 right now. I don't know what he's doing. I can't imagine that he's killed me very much either. I just feel like he hasn't been around my team that much. I should just sit back and watch the kill feed and see how many times he's killing other people, because honestly, he's doing a really good job of messing people up. And you know, earlier he was in the he was actually in tanks trying to cap locations. I just don't understand how you can go 21-1 and not get really anything at all in terms of a win, or even close to a win. Especially when I think I was the highest on the team in kills, and I was 8-8 overall at the end, and that's just, I mean, a 1 ratio. It should be closer than that, especially when everyone seems to go about 1. Finally, we're having some problems holding objectives. I see the guy in there. I don't know why I did this so epically, but with my hip fire, we both got killed. I should have just aimed down the sights. I thought I could just hip fire him to death, and this guy ends up getting a double on us. Then again, I could also blame Chops or whoever was with me, because, you know, they should have killed him. No. I don't ever really blame my teammates for anything, unless they have a chance to revive me and then they walk over me, teabag me a couple of times and walk away. Then I normally blame them for letting me die. The game really is pretty much wrapping up. There isn't much more left in it. And you can kind of tell we're going to win. Even though we're about to get 4 capped, I feel like I'm just driving a tank for the sake of driving a tank. And I'm going to go to C. I don't really care about anything else. I just wanted to go back to C and kill that guy. I mean, when you're at this point, you can pretty much do whatever you want as long as you at least try to capture something. And that's what's happening right now. So I'll shoot straight back to where, you know, sometimes, I mean, bad players will run straight back to the same spot that killed you, and they'll just kind of wait there thinking like it worked once, it could work again. And if that's the case, if you have a way to hammer that location they're at, then just do it. Right now, I'm actually going to find multiple guys out here, and I'm just going to keep trying to hit him with the tank. And as you can see, I'm really bad with vehicles. This other guy's going to run around towards me, and I'm going to hit him pretty good, but I'm not going to get the kill. He'll run away. And what ends up happening is I just can't get kills with the tank, and I get so frustrated that I just end up getting out of the tank all the time. And see, this I got out of the tank, and he's shooting at the tank still, and I just run up behind him and I kill him really quick. And it's, I don't know why. I can't just, I just can't use the tank. So I'm looking for the guys now, and at this point it's not much of a challenge because I'm pretty much in C. That guy's got to try to stop me, and I don't know where he is and if he's even gonna come back. Main thing I gotta worry about now is the helicopter, and we're just hopping into the building where, I mean, this is what's nice about this map, is that you can hide generally well inside buildings from air vehicles. You don't have to worry too much about the helicopters raining down on you too hard. And yeah, that's pretty much my only strategy. Is if there's air, there's almost every objective has a spot where you can hide under cover. The only exception being A sometimes goes down quickly, and for some reason that building doesn't feel as safe as other buildings. It just feels like that building I can get hit a lot worse. Probably wasn't my best idea to run out there, and people call me the luckiest gamer, and I could tend to agree with that exact circumstance. I probably should have died a lot earlier, considering how hard I got hit by that. And this game's probably about gonna wrap up. Yeah, we're getting pretty close. Interesting enough, they actually, you know, they started actually getting some captures there. I think we got pretty lazy and sloppy. I mean, there's no reason I should have gone to C. I should have just went straight to D, and then moved up forward from there. Actually get a faster vehicle than driving a tank, because I know my strengths and weaknesses, and a strength for me is on the ground and a weakness for me is in a vehicle. It just makes it a no-brainer. And this is the helicopter that's been raining down on us. That may be that one guy that's doing so well in terms of kills. He may be doing a good job. B, honestly, it's still not that bad. I never really have issues with vehicles over B, because I feel like enough engineers can put enough suppression on their air support. There's only one helicopter. But that's it for this gameplay. I have some shorter ones coming up next. They won't be quite as long, and then which is good, because it's hard for me to talk this long. And this is really just for you guys to have something on my channel, because I think you guys have been wanting some content and upset that I'm not uploading. So I'm gonna upload for a couple weeks and do a commentary a day, and try to be a little more interesting. Just gotta keep doing it, I guess. Practice makes perfect. I'll find more things to talk about. A squad, that's what I wanted. You'll see the guy is a ridiculous score, but no win, and that's that. I'll see you guys next time.